Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing really well. In this video, we are building a real-time security monitoring on AWS using Amazon EventBridge, AWS CloudTrail, and Amazon SQS. Before going into it, why building a real-time security monitoring system an important thing? Whenever you're running any kind of workloads, whenever you're making any changes, all those events are captured on AWS CloudTrail. It is important for all account owners or enterprise or customers that what is going on within their account, they should have a clear clarity and visibility. It involves like creation of resource, modification of an IAM policy, deletion of S3 bucket, launching an instance, etc. So it could be anything. So whoever is making what changes you should have as an account owner, you should have a clear clarity. So when someone comes and makes a critical change, whether it's a team member or whether it's a compromised account or even by mistake, you get to know that immediately and take the immediate action. Without monitoring, unauthorized changes can expose your infrastructure, compromise the security postures and standards, or cause outages without you even realizing it. Before we jump into the solutioning part, like what exactly the flow is, so it is important for you to know about this services. Important service is CloudTrail, where anything, any changes, so it helps you with the governance and maintenance of the compliance. So whatever actions taken by a principal, be it a role, user, or another service, they are recorded in CloudTrail. So by default, CloudTrail provides you with something called event history. So it's more or less like a logbook that gives you that keeps on updating automatically, and you can flip and you can check for the records of the past 90 days, what all changes have been made. But sometimes it is critical for you to keep those event histories, those records stored somewhere. And for that, there are other options like use of CloudTrail Lake and or use of trails. So trails basically capture a record. It's like a flow of, it's like a live feed of events, and that is being captured in a trail. And with those trails that comes up, EventBridge, so CloudTrail automatically sends those events to your default Amazon EventBridge event bus, and from there you can basically create certain rules to filter out which events are of your interest or all events. So it could be either what kind of events you want to filter out. You can use certain patterns and you can get the flow implemented for yourself. So if I come to the solutioning part, so any upstream services, whatever ping or any other principal or IAM users making changes, those are captured in CloudTrail. It by default, it sends it to EventBridge event bus, and from there you can create a rule that based on these filters, these and these API events, you can send notifications. You can send those events to your targets, which could be SQS, SNS topic, or a Lambda function, or there are other supported targets options. So the first and foremost thing is, for your account, you need to have a CloudTrail trail to be created. So by default, if I go over here in the event history, you get lots of information about what happened in your account for the past 90 days, right? But if you, in case you want to capture those events and store it somewhere, it gives you a clear clarity of what happened over the course of time. So what the first and foremost thing what you need to do is creation of a trail. Say for example, I would give this name as management events trail. I can use an existing bucket, or I can simply create a new bucket and just can give KMS 1, 2. So there are different configurations. So what basically happens is those trails that are captured, they are going to get stored in a bucket. By default, it is regional in nature, these trails. So in each and every region, whatever the management events that you're going to have, it's going to get stored in a bucket. It utilizes KMS key in order to secure those bucket. This basically encryption and protection of those bucket, the data that is going to get stored. And there are additional setups like log file validation if you want to do. I'll just uncheck it. And if you, in case you want to monitor your trails using CloudWatch logs as well, you can also do that. From there, you can basically create certain alarms. But let's go ahead and create this. So the different type of events that you get to select is like what kind of API, what API type do you want those events to be recorded. Like it could be a management event, it could be a data, insight, and network. So what I'm going to do is just select the management events, and the one that I want to capture is only the write API calls, not the read API calls. And let me just exclude the KMS events and data API keys events. So by default, you get so no additional charges you get for the first copy of your management event. So basically this trail that I'm going to create, it's going to be free. The only nominal cost you would need to pay is the storage cost for storing this data in your S3 bucket. So let's go over there and let's create this trail. Okay. Now, once this trail is created, what we can do is, say for example, if you want to capture security group specific events that you want those to be detected, like any creation of a security group or deletion, you want to get it notified, because security group plays an important role in any infrastructure setup. So for that, you would need to go over here, and the event bus has to be the default event bus, and over there you go and create a rule. Say for example, rule 1, description is optional, and by default you can select is enabled. And if you go next over here, there are options. So the event source in this case could be generic AWS events that are generated from services or EventBridge partners. It could be all events that are being sent to your account, like be it cross account, or could be a partner solutions that are being used. You get to select one, and from here, like what type of event pattern that you want to copy, you get a view of that. So you get to control like what kind of event patterns you want to select. So if I just select AWS services and come over here, say for example EC2, and over here, so AWS API call via CloudTrail, console actions via CloudTrail. So these are very much critical network activities and service events, etc. You can filter out through CloudTrail. So I'm just going to select AWS API call via CloudTrail. And once it is done, you can here specify an action. For example, create security group. Now, just to be sure, I will go over here in the corresponding Terraform repo that I created. I'll just copy it just to ensure that I'm capturing it correctly. And I can edit the pattern over here, create and delete. So I will just go over here, create and delete. I'll create next, and the target type. So these are the different kinds of targets that is supported. So I'll just search for SQS, and I selected this. So I don't have a queue. So let's go and create an SQS queue. Just go over here, create a queue, and the name, say test queue. Don't need to do anything. Your queue is created. And I go back to here. Let's see, from the drop down, it's still not coming up. Let me just try to copy this ARN, paste it, and once I click on this, okay, I'll just try to reload this. And yeah, from the drop down, one thing that you might need to do is just to reload this page. That can be easy. And if I go over here and just create the rule, my rule is enabled. Now, in order to see whether your rule got invoked or not, you will get under the monitoring section, you will be able to see the match events metric. So I will go over here, and in VPC, Let's try to create a security group. Create test SG, and in the description also test SG. Just create as is. The security group is created, and if I go to the trail and in the event history, just let me clear the filter. So try to delete the security group. Meanwhile, so it should generate 2 events, one for the creation and one for the deletion, and my rule should be smart enough to pick those up. It just takes a certain amount of time. Here you could see that there are 2 messages that has come up already piled up. Okay, so if I go over here in the test queue, send and receive messages, and I try to poll those, and I get one. So if I scroll down over here, management event, and you see here, this is the create security group event, the first one. And how about the second one? This is the delete security group event. Okay, and let us see, the monitor should pop up over here. I'm not getting this rule. Okay, so it might take some time to show that the matched events has matched, and you have received 2 events. But if you see over here, 2 events have been received in this current time, and by now the watch is 1350, and the event time, if I show you, it's 1349. This is the time, so it's matching. So this way you get to whoever is going to create or make some deletion in the security group, or even they want to create, and somebody is creating an ingress rule or deleting an ingress rule or egress rule, you will get those notification popped up over here in SQS as per the one that I have defined. But again, you can have a sophisticated, you can have a Lambda function in the downstream instead of SQS. From there you can customize the content, that who created what, and you can send it directly to the management team that, hey, a security group has been created and deleted, etc., etc. So those details can be implemented further. So that is what this demonstration is about. And if I show you the Terraform project over here, I'll just go and quickly try to deploy this. Terraform plan and Terraform apply. While the stack is getting created and getting deployed, let me just show you what I have done in my Terraform code. So I have created a queue over here whose name is security group events, and here is an EventBridge policy that basically allows EventBridge to send message to this queue. And for creation of a rule, you just need to use a resource type of AWS CloudWatch event rule. Over there you need this event pattern where create security group and delete security group you just need to specify, or any other API operations you want to monitor, you can add it over here, filter it out. And finally, EventBridge rule comes with an EventBridge target. So the target here is, the target type is SQS. We're just matching this rule name that I created earlier with the ARN of the target, and here just a target ID name has been given. Okay, so this is getting deployed. The deployment is successful. So let's go over here and see the queues that is created. So the new security group events queue has been created, and let us try to see the rule as well. The new rule that got created is detect security group events, which is capturing the create security group and detect and delete security group API events. I'll just go over here in VPC, create a security group test one, and just click on create. So now this creation is done. Let us try to delete this. Now that I have deleted again, I will just come to the queue to see if my queue has received any events. And yes, so the security group event has received 2 messages. And since I have another rule which was existing the test queue, it also received 2 events. Let us now try to see what events that we have received. And I'll just poll these messages, and once I'm polling these messages, I'm able to see here that the delete API event has been captured over here, and even over here I could see that create security group event has been captured. So yes, this is how you can implement your own setup, your own monitoring system. As you know that management events are very much important because it gives you a blueprint of what changes have been done by whom, and it is very much essential as an account or environment owner for you to have a clear visibility. So hope you like this video. Let me know if you have any questions related to this. I will put the GitHub repo link in my video description as well. So have a great day ahead. Bye bye for now.